Wakanda forever! Oh man, do I have a lot to talk about. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy X here, and I'm back with another video. Oh man. Man, this weekend's about to be lit. This stuff, because we got that Ghost of Tsushima director's cut coming out in less than 24 hours. If I'm checking my watch right, I don't even have a watch, so I don't even want. I'm looking at my wrist. But today, yes, today's gonna be my review or my thoughts on the Black Panther War of Wakanda DLC and stuff. I finished it 2 days ago and stuff like that. I actually beat it when it first came out because I thought it would be like longer, but it was like around like 3 hours and stuff. But I have a lot to say, some likes, some dislikes, and the most important question is, did Black Panther revive Marvel's Avengers? Well, we will find out. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, make sure the video out, could help out so much. Anyway, let's get right into it. The Black Panther DLC was literally the most anticipated and stuff like that, because a lot of people were wanting to see what would Black Panther bring. Could one character carry the game, can save the game, revive the game like people were hoping for? Some people was like, no, this game is dead in the war and stuff like that. I don't care about Black Panther and stuff like that. So they were like both sides and stuff like that. But I was kind of like, I had my eyes open, but then, I was also like, I don't know. But I'm here to say that yes, it did deliver stuff like that. It is a great expansion. Not perfect, but it does do a good job, stuff like that. Fresh ideas. Big. I can play in Wakanda and stuff like that, and explore in the history of the Black Panther and stuff like that. So for that, they nailed it, stuff for the atmosphere and stuff. So, but I'm gonna get to my notes and stuff like that. So, number one, we have Black Panther's movement and combat feels smooth. Yes. So when I first was playing at him, now in the beginning, he does feel a little bit stiff. Now, of course, that was before you lock all the skills and stuff like that. As you lock all the skills and stuff like that, you level up, then he's gonna feel more fluid. But out the gate, he does feel fluid, stuff like that. Smooth, his movement speed, his fighting, his agility, stuff like that, because he has those cat-like reflexes and stuff like that. So he does feel, it kind of feels like it kind of feels like a mix between Spider-Man, because how Spider-Man fights with all the flips, jumps, and stuff like that. The acrobat and stuff like that. Well, Black Panther kind of does the same thing, but he's more have a cat-like reflex versus the spider reflex like Peter has. But I really enjoy his gameplay, stuff like that. Fluid, responsive. Some moves were a little laggy, stuff like that. Especially, my favorite one was the pounce. When you run to an enemy and you grab on them and you just like claw their face out and stuff like that. That move is a little glitchy, but I found that really satisfying, especially for the bigger enemies. And you can actually do it for a long time. So if there's a real enemy, like hard enemy, you can just hop on top of him, cut down his health, and then hop off and then do it again and stuff like that. So I love that aspect of stuff. I don't see it as overpowered. No, it's great. So yeah, move speed is stuff fantastic. Number two, environments. I'll talk about the environments and detail is nice. They really hit it out the park and stuff like that. So much different hidden places that you can explore, which is caves and stuff like that. Find collectibles, chests. Even like the chests, those little crates that you break to get those materials are changed. Like every detail is changed and stuff like that. It fits the environment, it fits the world of Wakanda, stuff like that. They paid a lot of respect, stuff like that. So you have the jungle aspect and stuff like that. Because you don't really go into the city, I believe. I'm not sure. Because I did level him up until like level to the power level 100, but I think he's like level 40, so I don't know if it's a mission that takes place in the city, like on the Golden City, but I'm not sure about all the missions. The Expo was in the jungle area and stuff like that. And it was beautiful stuff like that. Caves and stuff. You got landmarks and stuff. You know, incredible detail stuff. I never. This is literally one of the most beautiful locations in Marvel's Avengers. The other ones were bland. They were in the AIM labs, or they, you know, some of them were cool stuff like that, like the story, like the snowy parts. But a lot of them were bland. This one feels the most detailed and most rich and stuff like that, and fun to explore with your friends or by yourself. So A in my book. Number 3. God. Okay. The UI. So the UI, that was a real surprise to me when I did my reactions to the Black Panther DLC and stuff. I was like, wait, they change the UI? It's about time. Because I didn't need it, a desperate upgrade, but they did change it. It's easy as navigate. It's all in one place. I really enjoyed the UI and stuff like that because, you know, it really fit. It really feels like, okay, they go in a nice direction. So you have everything on one screen, stuff like that. You could go from your gear to your skills to your loadout. You go from your artifacts to your challenge cards to you go to everything in one place and stuff like that. So not scrolling through tabs and stuff like that, trying to find different thing. They made it more easy and convenient. Everything feels faster, especially getting to your item locker, which I found was a pain because I had to go all the way to the ship just to go to your locker, stuff like that. But now they add into your inventory system, so I can just go right into your locker, move items, transfer items to your locker, stuff like that. Also, they added a dismantle feature. Well, now, because remember you used to have to dismantle one item at a time. Now you can mark it as how many items as you want, and then dismantle them all at once. Love that feature because in a game that's based on loot, needs that game needs that system, stuff like that. So I'm happy that they added, it should have been the game at launch, but no, I'm glad that it's here now, stuff like that works well. So no complaints on the UI. So now this might begin to like my gripes and stuff like that. Not like my gripe, like things it should be tweaked. Audio issues. I ran into constant audio issues and during combat with Black Panther, just specifically him and stuff. Some of his moves wouldn't, it would the audio will cut out on some of his moves, like his kicks and punch wouldn't sound or wouldn't connect and stuff like that. So the audio does cut in and out a lot. It's one thing that I noticed from him, stuff like that. It didn't happen often, but it happened enough that I'm like, oh, I would do like a special move and stuff like that. When he sprints and do those 3 kicks and stuff, it wouldn't sound like nothing and stuff like that. It wouldn't sound like I was hitting, the enemy and stuff like that. So there are some are issues, that cut in and out, stuff like that. I only experienced that with Black Panther and when I was playing in Wakanda. And not so much on the other missions. So yeah. So just, let me know if you guys experienced that. I know I did. So yeah. Black Panther's voice actor did a good job. Now we all know Christopher Judge is the voice actor of King T'Challa, and of course everybody knows him for boy. Yes, from Kratos, from God War, stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, you can hear a little bit of Kratos in his voice, especially where he roars and stuff like that. And he fights and stuff like that. You hear there's a slight little Kratos, hey, is that Kratos? A little bit Kratos in Black Panther and stuff like that. But I did think that he did a great job, stuff like that. Some of the lines were he was trying to do the accent, stuff like that, but so some of the lines were but most of it was okay, so he does do a great job bringing the character to a life and stuff like that. Some lines, stuff like that, So he, kind of, ooh, that kind of sounds weird, but not, but of course, he doesn't do a good job and stuff like that. I like how they having these big name voice actors in Marvel's Avengers and stuff like that, and the fact that they got him, because I know that he's probably working on the next God of War, for voice acting for Kratos. So the fact that they got him to do this stuff like that, it's incredible and stuff. So everybody's voice actors and stuff did a great job. Shuri, stuff like that. Shuri really nailed it out the park and stuff like that. So everybody fantastic. The accents, the atmosphere, the culture and stuff like that. Man, I don't know. Christopher Judge might be up there with Troy Baker and and Nathan Drake pretty soon, on terms of all-star voice actors and stuff like that for video games. Just saying. Number 6. The graphics. Now, of course, the graphics look fantastic. From the detail to what kind of stuff like that. Now, I play on the PS5, so it's enhanced and stuff like that on the OLED TV. So your experience might be different if you play on the old gen, and a lower grade TV, stuff like that. So, but the graphic part look good, stuff like that. But there's this weird pixel glitch. It's like this pixels and stuff like that. Like it's like when you look at a character, especially, and when you're in the Wakanda outpost, and you see these pixels around the characters, like lines and stuff like that, or the environment, it will look like pixely stuff like that. I noticed that a lot and stuff like that. But I only noticed that a lot in the outposts and stuff like that. Not so much in Wakanda, but it is there, stuff like that. And I was noticing in some other maps. So I don't know what happened with the patch, stuff like that, but there is this glitch that makes the characters like outline like pixely, stuff like that. It's like they blurring out, like the background, stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys have experienced it, stuff like that. It was weird, but I didn't notice it until I panned the camera and I stayed still and I saw it, like all the pixels and stuff like that on the outlines of the environment, stuff like that. So it is there. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna fix it. So hopefully they're gonna fix it. But yeah. So on the graphics, always look good, stuff like that. I never complain about on the graphics of Marvel's Avenger because they always look good. But it's just that weird pixel glitch and stuff. That's it. Number 7. Now, one of my major gripes with the Avengers when it first came out was the mission design. The mission design is the same here, but it's they have different twists on it, stuff like that. Of course, you're still defending A, B, C, or D from this terminal, or hack this terminal, or stay in this thing, and stuff like that. Which, okay, it's a loop based game, live service game. It's gonna have those, but I don't know. There was this one mission where you had to defend A, B, and C from the enemies attacking it, and you had to like run across here, run across there, run on the other side, and the new enemies are strong as hell. Like they'll fuck you up and stuff. So it was just a pain in the ass. I wish that they could have done a little bit more different with the mission design than what they did. But I mean, some missions I actually enjoy, stuff like that. Like when the first time I had to down that drill like base thing, stuff like that. Some of the missions and stuff were I know like actually enjoyable, especially like the first mission with the campaign and stuff like that. But after a while, it just became the rinse and repeat, just with a different coat of paint on it and stuff. But it's whatever, stuff like that. I was not spending a grand because it is a Marvel's Avengers game, so it's gonna. Some missions were good, but most of them were just the same old, just with difficult paint. The ball spells, number 8. Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. I didn't get no sleep last night. Um, so bear with me. The boss battles. So boss battles were okay stuff for that, especially the one with crossbones stuff like that was fun. Um, then of course, at the end of the campaign when you fight Claw and Crossbones and stuff like that and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that boss fight. Now the AI gets overwhelmed easily, so I thought that they would fix this. So if you're a solo player and stuff, like your AI teammates will just gang up on the boss, and he can't move. Like he's just like it's like he doesn't know what to do. Like he's getting attacks from all different sides. So I wish that they could have fixed that and stuff like that, make the boss fight more engaging than what it was, because it happened in the when the game first came out with Taskmaster and stuff like that, where you would just overwhelm them, and the AI was like, help, help! Like they didn't know what to do, stuff like that. But he did have some attacks where he pushed all of his off and stuff like that. But mostly it was just people just ganging up on on him, and he was just frozen and stuff like that. So the boss fights were good, but it's they had that same problem with the AI gets overwhelmed when all the characters attack them at once and they don't know what to do. So yeah, and last but not least, the story. Now, I was one of the people that actually enjoyed the story when Marvel Avengers first came out, stuff like that. I thought the story was good, easy to follow, and this is no different. Say what you want about the game and stuff like that, but they actually have good stories, stuff like that, with each character. So the Black Panther story, I love learning about the Black Panther, his culture, stuff like that. How he handles the responsibility of being the Black Panther and being the king to Wakanda, stuff like that. He has his sister Shuri in his ear, telling him, to be safe, and stuff like that. You should do this, you should to that, and seeing them go back and forth and stuff like that. I really like that brother and sister. I know like tension, because she wants to try to lead him in a good path, and he wants to do his own thing and say, no, I'm the king, I got this. And when he doesn't got that, then he needs the help and stuff like that. And she's the one that called the Avengers to help and stuff like that when he wanted to handle it himself. So I love the story aspect. Of course, I'm not gonna go into spoilers and stuff like that, but the story for the most part was good, stuff like that. There were some down times when you had to like grind and stuff like that, but most of the times it was great. I got to learn every character and Wakanda, stuff like that, their backstory, where they came from and stuff. So story A1. So what do I think about the Black Panther War of Wakanda DLC? It's a great if they're going in this direction with Black Panther, like the futures look promising for Marvel's Avengers. If they go in this direction with Black Panther and the DLC stuff like that, I have high hopes for the future of Marvel's Avenger and stuff like that. I thought the DLC was good. It had a little bit of problems, but it was good for the most part, stuff like that. I think it is the best DLC that we have gotten and stuff so far, stuff like that, from the story to the environments to the character, the gameplay and stuff like that. Especially having new enemies, stuff like that to fight. And I didn't know that like aim was still a big part and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that aim is gonna play off and stuff like that in the bigger and better expansion, stuff like that. But shoot, this is a legitimate win for Marvel's Avengers. But man, I am really tired. I see. I think in the beginning of the video I was using all my energy, and then now I'm just like, because I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So yeah, I'm running on fumes. But I want to bring you guys this content, this video. So that's just my thoughts about Black Panther DLC, stuff like that, War for Wakanda. What do you guys think down below? Have you played it? Are you going to check it out, stuff like that? Or are you not? Are you done with Marvel's Avengers and you're just going to be playing the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, stuff like that? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure to video out the channel so much. Stay tuned for my uploads, especially my review after the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. I was gonna make a video talking about it before it came out, but it's no point and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna play it and then talk about it and stuff like that to you guys and stuff. And I have a tons of more uploads coming out. So stay tuned for that. Stay safe, guys. Peace.